Hi, this is Scott the Peaceful Shaver. So I wanted to make a video on my top 5 soap scents. So this is going to be my own personal list of my 5 favorite scents in shaving soap that are currently in my den. I started thinking about this a few weeks ago, and if I could only own 5 soaps, oh, the horror. Which 5 would I choose? And I figured that I would want some from this genre and some from this genre, and it was easy for me to come up with my top couple. Few I knew exactly which ones were going to be there, but I really had to go and sniff a lot of soaps to narrow it down to 5. And my beautiful wife Lynn is manning the camera, and she agrees on a couple of these. A couple of them are definitely in her top. A couple of these she absolutely can't stand. And I'm not going to tell you which one she can't stand because I don't want to offend anyone out there. But just so you know, these are my personal preferences. Your preferences may be completely different, as is my lovely wife. Hers are completely different too. And these aren't necessarily the best performing soaps that I own, but looking at them all, every one of these soaps, and each one is from a different manufacturer. Every one of these 5 soaps are from different artisans, 5 different artisans. They all smell different, and they're all great performers. So it's thumbs up for every one of these. So let's get started with number 5. Unfortunately, this soap is not made anymore. Tim's soap, Tim Schoenbeck, made a hell of a soap. This is the Ruby Red, and oh god. Okay, this is just straight up grapefruit. I mean, it's not a blend of this flavor and that smell, and coming up with something new. This is, you open up a ruby red grapefruit, you cut it open for breakfast, and this is it. I mean, you can almost taste it. It just absolutely, if you love grapefruit, I have never found one with a more natural scent. It doesn't smell cologne-y, it doesn't smell artificial, it just smells like a real ruby red grapefruit. And as far as citrus, purely citrus scents, this is my favorite citrus scent. I have a lot of orange soaps, I have lime soaps, but this grapefruit soap is just magnificent. The performance was great, and unfortunately, Tim Schoenbeck does not make the soaps anymore for purchase anyway. I'm not sure if he makes them as a hobby, but his store has closed. You can't get this anymore. You may be able to find it on a buy-sell trade somewhere. But if you see it and you love grapefruit, this is the one. I have never found a better one. So that's number 5. Number 4. And no, it is not Vanderhagen, although I repurposed my Vanderhagen shave bowl, which I'm sure many of you have. The Vanderhagen soap that was in here is long gone. That stuff definitely is not in my top 5. What this is my fine puck of... oh, I grabbed the wrong box. This happens to be the box for the American blend, which is spectacular. Spectacular. But actually, the soap that's in here is sandalwood. I have a few different sandalwoods that are straight up sandalwood. Also, I have some that are blends of different sandalwoods. But for a straight up sandalwood that both myself and my wife can agree on, and this, I believe, was this your top soap?
Yes.
This is Lynn's top soap. When she does my head, a lot of times this is what we go for. She uses this one when she shaves her legs. The performance on all the fine soaps is spectacular. Apparently they reverse engineered tobacco and came up with a formula that works as well as tobacco. I cannot stand the scent of tobacco. To me it smells like old lady. But you have the formula, and then they have all these great scents which are available in an aftershave. And actually, I used their lavender aftershave today. This is the wrong box. This is for American Blend, but the soap that actually comes in number 4 for me is Fine's Sandalwood. So wrong box, right artisan. The performance is the same on both, but their sandalwood to me is my favorite straight up sandalwood. There's others that I love, but this one I came down to as being my favorite and comes in at number 4. At number 3, Katie's Bubbles QCV. This stuff, and it's Côte Saint Vaughan. Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
Which of course is a 420 scent. Just is a fougere with cannabis flower. Oh my God. Now Lynn isn't crazy about this, but it just, to me, it just smells so sweet. And it's just a nice, it reminds me of springtime. It just reminds me of being outside. It's not an overpowering scent, but it's definitely a recognizable scent. And of course it's Katie's, so it's the best performing scent in my soap, in my opinion, or one of the 2 or 3 best performing soaps there are. And I absolutely love the scent of Katie's Bubbles QCV, and that of course is still being made, so you can definitely get your hands on this. And this is in their newest formula, their French style saving soap. Just absolutely magnificent. So it's number 3. Number 2 is one that you don't see a lot, and it's my only soap. I believe that it's made over across the pond in Europe. This is from England. It's from the Wickham Soap Company, their 1912 line of Vegetal shaving soaps. This is Club Cola. Lynn does not like this one at all. To me, oh man, it just smells awesome. It does have a scent, to my nose, it does smell like cola. I get some vanilla, some orange to go with it. So it's almost like if you took a creamsicle and a Coke and you kind of mixed them together. That's kind of the scent. And there is no other scent that I have ever experienced in Shavedom that's anywhere close to this. It's unique. Nothing else smells similar, and I love it. Lynn doesn't like it. I love it. This was love at first sniff when I first got this, and I just think it's awesome. And I think it pretty much goes. You can use this in the summer. You could use this in the winter. The performance is outstanding, and I absolutely love the scent that came in number 2. And my number 1 scent, I was pretty sure I was going to pick this one, but I had to go through and sniff all my other soaps. This is the one. This is the soap to me that says classic wet shaving. And it's from one of my favorite artisans, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This is, of course, CAD or CAD. There's a long story that goes with this, and I'm sure a lot of you know it. If you don't know it, you can go ahead and look it up. But whatever, there's a lot of controversy with this soap back when it first came out. I actually have an old tin from How to Grow a Mustache, which smells a little bit different than this tin, which is actually another old tin when they first became Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Now they come in the plastic containers like everyone else. But this is the 8-ounce in the tin, which I absolutely love. Being able to load my brush from, because it's a big surface area, and you get 8 ounces of soap, and now all the soaps pretty much are 4 or 5 ounces. But the scent, oh my God, the scent is just outstanding, and you love this one too.
Yeah.
It's just it's barbershop. It's my favorite barbershop scent for a soap. It's awesome. It's clean, it's fresh, it's powdery, it's old-timey but with like a newer twist to it. CAD is just absolutely must have. You got to try it. It's got a little bit of menthol in there, but not too much, because Lynn doesn't really like menthol or eucalyptus, and it's got a little bit of that menthol, and it does have a little bit of that cooling when you use it, but it's not overpowering. And I just think it's, oh my God, spectacular. So those are my personal favorite top 5 scents. No disrespect to anyone that I left out, because there's many other soaps that I enjoy and that I use on a daily basis. But just judging by scent, not performance at all, these were my personal favorites. So put your favorites down in the comments. If you would, if you disagree with any of these or all of these, or you think I'm crazy, put it in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, and I appreciate you watching. Peaceful Shaver out.